Hey guys, what's up? Danny here, and today I'm gonna be making a YouTube video about how happiness is directly linked with just like good health and stuff. You know what I mean? So basically, happiness, right? I feel like we're in this time. Everybody needs to protect their energy. Everybody needs to protect their spirit. Everybody needs to be strong and stuff in order to, you know, give yourself genuine good luck. You have to obviously show the universe that you're a strong person. And with that, you need to kind of forget some of the principles where, you always, some people are like, oh, yeah, always treat people good and stuff. But then there's some people that they have that evil mindset where they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to treat everyone the same because I want to be the best, and to be the best, you need to put other people down. So then you absorb their energy, and then that goes into you, and then you churn more powerful after that. And so that's the main thing that people need to understand is that energy flow is extremely important, and that literally like protecting your energy, making sure your spirit, everything is good, really just consists of, um, you know, just like being tough. I don't know. So is happiness good for your health? This common notion is tested in a synthetic analysis of 30 follow-up studies on happiness and longevity. It appears that happiness does not predict longevity in sick populations, but it does predict longevity among healthy populations. So happiness does not cure illness, but it does protect against becoming ill. The effect of happiness on longevity in healthy populations is remarkably strong. The size of the effect is comparable to that of smoking or not. If so, public health can be promoted by policies that aim at greater happiness of a greater number. That can be done by strengthening individual life abilities and by improving the livability of the social environment. Some policies are proposed. Both ways of promoting health through happiness require more research on conditions for happiness. The issue: it is widely acknowledged that mental factors may influence physical functioning, and that psychological well-being works positively on physical health. This idea does not only live among adherents of holistic medicine, it also has a firm root in academic psychology. There is good evidence for the negative effects of mental distress on physical health, e.g., of depression, anxiety, and hostility, and there are also indications for the beneficial effects of a positive mental state, such as a positive effect. In this context, it is commonly assumed that happiness is conducive to physical health. It is believed that happiness helps to heal the sick, and that it protects people in good health, healthy shape against getting ill. In this view, healthcare should not only be concerned with illness, it should also be concerned with wider quality of life. This view is reflected in broad definitions of health, such as the World Health Organization's definition of health as a state of general physical, mental, and social well-being, and not only the absence of illness and defect. In this line, it also asserted that current health education may be counterproductive because it puts a damper on enjoyable things such as smoking and drinking. Yet there are also different notes. For instance, Van Dam argues that positive attitudes cannot stop serious illness, and that the idea of fighting cancer with happiness is a mere illusion that blames the victim. Several studies have indeed failed to find longer survival times among happy cancer patients, and some studies even report shorter survival times. There is also doubt about the protective effect of happiness, and even reports of greater mortality among cheerful people as a result to their more risky lifestyles. In this view, healthcare is better limited to physical health in the strict sense, with too buoyant living being discouraged. Um, so as you can tell, there's actually a ton of correlations here, and obviously, it does make sense that maybe some happy people um, are actually, you guys can read this. It does make sense that like some happy people, they are shorter, like they live not as long because they don't stress about some things. You know what I mean? Because some people that are always inside, they I don't know, but it honestly really depends and stuff. Obviously, being happy is always the best option, and you need to be extremely cold. right? No, what I'm talking about isn't the only thing I want to really mention to you guys. And another thing I really wanted to mention is that people, they need to realize that you need to be a very cold person. And like getting girls nowadays is extremely hard for many, many men. And the reason why is because there's just so much competition, and literally like every girl that I actually like, they don't really like me back, or they don't really like, they don't really want the bond and stuff, right? They're more of like just hit and then dip. And then all the girls that I don't really want, they're the ones that kind of want me and stuff, you know what I mean? And so in that type of sense, it's just better to just use those girls that you don't want. What's the point of telling a girl, um oh, nah, you're not my type, I don't really want you. And there's some evil ass guy that comes into your fucking life and is like, oh, great idea. You're great for OnlyFans. You're great for this, you're great for that. So, from a business perspective, you can't judge people, and you can't just say that everybody is ass. You can't just say that everybody's a horrible person. You need to understand that everybody has their role. Everybody has a role in society. Any living person right now, right? That's God's plan right there. Like, God's plan is that any living person right now is, they have potential in this life. They have a role in this life. And whenever God decides to take those people's life away, then they don't serve a purpose anymore in his eyes, right? And so you need to keep a functioning society. Who's going to be the one on top? Who's going to be the one? I mean, listen, I'm a Sagittarius. This is the thing about me, is that a lot of people, they don't really understand Sagittarius. And they're the most misunderstood zodiac sign. And for that reason, they are more likely to commit crimes, or very bad crimes and stuff, because they're just misunderstood, right? They get depressed, do this, do that. And that's the thing I know that about myself, is that, yeah, that's how I be sometimes. That's how I be. And so that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta stop judging people and saying everybody's a bad person, and understand that everybody has a role in this life. Everybody can have the ability to benefit you if you're willing to reap those benefits yourself. You're the one that's supposed to have that tough mind to see through people and see, this and that, right? That's, some ways of calculating respect. You know what I mean? So different people work on different levels. And, but the main thing is to always improve. Now, there was a weekend where, I don't know, I banged like 3 girls or something. You know what I mean? And so, I don't even know. I was just able to do it. And before that, I've been, the past couple months, I've been managing to pull a couple bad bitches and shit. It's because, I don't know, I was just like, I'll work out. And like, listen, I could be completely depressed in the morning. I'll be like not doing anything, absolutely just depressed and shit. And then I go out, I work out. I make a shit ton of money just doing Uber, just out of pure luck. I'm like, all right, let me accept this order, $10, blah blah blah, and then it turns out to be $40. You know what I mean? So that's the laws of experimenting, and a lot of people are scared to experiment, but you need to experiment with every single fucking thing that you have in this fucking life, and work smarter, not harder, right? Whatever companies, there's some companies that they do cash advance type of loans and stuff. And I personally have worked for companies like that. And let me just tell you my experience. I do think that, there is a benefit to them. But, like, it's very... There's a lot of people. It's a high-ticket sales job. So there's a lot of people. You're always in competition. And you always need to be on top of things. And so that could definitely get extremely draining for some people. And so sales jobs are just like, nah. You gotta kind of find those jobs where it's like you could use your mind and you could control society. And then, eventually kind of have some better luck come into your life. And, that's the main thing. But yeah, so there's that weekend I was able to bang a bunch of girls and stuff, and this is the thing is that I feel like, when you're banging one girl, other girls feel that type of energy for real. Because I had this girl and she just wouldn't budge. She wouldn't even want to hang out with me. I banged one, and then another one with literally the same birthday, or the birthday like next to the date and shit. She she was like, just hit me up, and out of nowhere she's like, yo, we should hang out, oh my god, you've been asking me. And I was like, yo, does energy transfer real? Like, energy transfer is real. Like, that makes me realize, because if you think about it as a spiritual standpoint, like, energy transfer is real. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, if a girl, like, she feels that energy, like, you're wanted and stuff, or you're just doing well. I mean, from the business standpoint, I mean, if I were to tell somebody to hang out with me, I would just tell them, like, yo, pull up to my house and stuff. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. Like, I don't even want to waste my time getting dinner for girls either. I took this one girl out, and she was just on a bunch of bullshit. She was like, "Oh, yeah, you took me out to dinner. This isn't what I wanted." She was like, "I wanted a salad, and it was some halal food. It was like lamb, chicken, rice, just so much good fucking food." And she said, "That's not what I wanted." And then she was like, "Oh yeah, your energy's off, this and that." But I already banged you. That's the thing. So it's like, there's no point for me to continue my emotions with you. You know what I mean? And so this is the thing. Like I just feel like I'm so cold right now, just saying all this fucking shit, because I know, like, I already banged you, bitch. Like, what else is there? You know what I mean? Like, this is genuinely a simulation. This is genuinely a video game. This life is a fucking video game and shit, because I could be doing so well one day, and then the next day it's like, it's just like this, you know what I mean? Like, that's how my life has been. But some days I've been like up here. Like, usually I'm like up here, but some days I've just been through the roof and shit. Just like thinking about all the thoughts to just escape the matrix and shit. Because at the end of the day, the people that are operating on frequencies that are like this are probably going to be more successful than, people that are operating on frequencies like this. You know what I mean? But, like, people that operate on frequencies like this, like, some people, literally, they do, like, really, really hard drugs, and then they turn into these big businessmen where they're able to, own these businesses and do shit like that. Is because they're like this. That's their life. Literally, it's just from all the way down to all the way up. You know what I mean? And so it just depends. I mean, I guess it really just depends. And then, obviously some people, they're just like within the average, time zone or whatever. I don't know. But that's the thing, is that the main thing is for you to escape the depression. If people are going to want to be around you, then you need to be out of that, like, the depressive zone. You need to be naturally out of that depressive zone, and you need to just understand, like, listen, you know what I mean? I'm more than my depression. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna be outside or whatever. Sometimes I like went and ran in the cold, and I'm like, damn, I felt so fucking good after running in the cold, because my body in the moment, you know what I mean? The cold was like on my skin, and I felt the cold air, right? But I kept on pushing, because I was like, you know what? My mind is stronger than my body. There's literally people, they got injuries and stuff, whatever. They got some minor injuries and shit. And then they continue pushing. And then eventually they get over the injury naturally, because their mind is stronger than their body. Their mind is telling them, listen, bro, you gotta go absolutely crazy. You have to fucking win right now. And, their body's telling them, hold on, bro, slow down, please. You know what I mean? Now, this is the thing. For some people, they're going to end up giving up, and they're going to be like, all right, this pain is too much. It's unbearable. But then there's some people that are going to be like, yo, I'm numb to this pain. Now, this is the thing, is that over time, you eventually do get more numb to pain. The more shit you do go through, that actually leads your body to adapt to it. And that's the thing about the human body that a lot of people don't realize, is that you could adapt to crazy shit. There's a guy with no arms, no legs. He fucking gets around. He has a fucking wife. He does some confident ass shit, because you know why? Because his mind is what she's attracted to. His mind is the thing that is, and reciprocating that success. He's like driving a car with no arms and no legs. How does that work? You know what I mean? Because there's probably still those ligaments in those body parts that are still able to move. He's still able to move his body, right? And so that's potential. That in and of itself is potential to be great. And he's a motivational speaker going up on stage, literally, just using like the nubs of his, quote unquote arms, and you know what I mean, like crawling and doing whatever he wants, and still is able to bang his wife, still is able to do all that type of shit, right? And so that's the thing, is that people, that you guys don't understand like how much confidence it really does take for people. Just need to be strong ass people. That's it. And you need to manifest being a strong ass person. Work out a shit ton. Your mind is stronger than your fucking body and shit. Your mind, like, it just doesn't fucking matter sometimes what the fuck is going on, because it's a fucked up world and shit. If you're able to get to a point of being so fucking cold, you will eventually win over your competition. Because turns out, these people were talking that shit. They were saying some bullshit about you, and then oh well, he's doing this, he's doing that. But then turns out, when you worked by yourself and when you did everything yourself, you kind of just got your way. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing, is that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, people could refer to me as Finesse Professor. I really don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, nobody's really going to give a shit about me except myself. Now, this is the thing. If I do run my own business or own my own business, then I'm only going to be in control of people. I don't give a fuck if they're my friends or not, right? Like, I'll pay them some fucking checks or whatever. But, at the end of the day, the mindset is that they're working for you. So you're in a level of extremely high respect, because you're the one that's kind of coordinating the operations, or you have someone that's helping you coordinate the operations while paying that guy, and you're just at the top of the food chain, the one that thought of the idea in the first place, and then some other people, they kind of work for you and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how businesses work. And just when you work on your mind enough and you work out enough or whatever, you go on runs and stuff, you do more than 90% of the population, then you're going to have some very good luck come your way. And trust me, there's some guys I know with just supernatural human abilities. There are people with supernatural human abilities, genuinely, that literally are able to bang so many fucking girls without even trying. And it's actually insane. It's actually insane how, like, that's possible. It's really possible. You manifest some type of things into your life, and you could really be extremely successful, and that's a fact. That is such a fact. So the main thing I want all you guys to know is that success is gonna come to a lot of people, and you just need to continue having perseverance, continue to be happy, whatever. It says that so look, the most commonly mentioned direct effect of chronic unhappiness activates the fight-flight response, which is known as to involve harmful effects in the long run, such as higher blood pressure, lower immune response. The effect of negative mental stress is well documented in psychosomatic medicine. There's also indications that positive mental states protect against illness, better immune system response when in good mood. So, again, that that kind of just shows that, yeah, it's a fact. It is a fact, that happiness protects your physical, mental health, whatever, you know what I mean? And so you got to be around the right people. You can't always be around the right people. You're not always going to be in, kind of that person that everybody wants, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you do have the idea, if you do have the spirit inside of you, and even though if people are trying to make you suicidal or this or that, you know what I mean? If you have that spirit inside of you, your toughness, that little tiny, speck of DNA or whatever, that little tiny speck of potential could turn into a forest fire, right? So all your other bad traits, let's say you have 4 bad traits, right? And then you got that one good trait that you're really working on. That will literally set you up for a lifetime where you could literally burn every single bridge in your life, and then people are still gonna be dick riding the shit out of you, right? That's something that you need to work on. You know what I mean? Like, you need to work on that shit. Like, I go on runs and stuff. I got people that, whatever, they say rumors about me and stuff. They say I'm this, they say I'm that. At the end of the day, I just want more life experience. I don't give a fuck if I'm a risky ass person and shit, because at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna have much different experience than some fucking pussy that literally stuck around with one bitch his whole fucking life, or like for 5 years, and then the bitch just fucking leaves him out of nowhere. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready for shit like that, because that's how bitches are. They fucking leave you and shit. They leave you at any given fucking moment, and that's a lonely ass feeling. And you know what's a lonely ass feeling? When you're cold as fuck. When you're moving like you're absolutely cold as fuck, you're just fucking bitches, and there's no relationship in the process. Like, where it's like, fuck you, bitch. Oh, hi, what's up? Fuck you, bitch. You know what I mean? You just fucking leave them and shit. You know what I mean? It's like a closed deal. It's like you're funding a deal or something. Let's say you're doing cold calls. You need a cash advance. Now, obviously, they're kind of scams, because obviously other people, they kind of charge like more upsell and stuff, and whoever's good at doing it, then whatever, they could do very well. But that's the thing, is that, yeah, you basically take a loan, you charge your own upsell however much you want, usually anywhere from 6 to 12%, right? Sometimes it could be lower. That's your commission percentage for those type of like loans and stuff, right? And so sometimes, yeah, whatever, let's say you fund the deal, everything kind of goes through and stuff, but and then you charge your personal service fee. You kind of just lead people on, you get them excited, and then you kind of just charge more money because they're already in the process of being absolutely excited. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're trying to fuck a bitch. Now, the way that you kind of do it, the way that you do it, the way that you fuck a bitch is probably more of like, you tell her like, hey, yeah, like, let's go out to dinner and stuff, and then, first just like, let's meet up at my house, and they're already at your house, they're in your bed and shit, and then, you know what I mean, that you guys are just cuddling, you guys are just chatting on about some shit, the video's cool and shit, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, you're just like getting with her or something, or she wants to get with you because the bed is comfy and everything is just perfect. You know what I mean? So you need to understand that, like, a lot of girls that are a little mentally deranged are the freakiest ones, and honestly, in my experience, I do know that is a fact. You know what I mean? A bitch does need to have something wrong with her to kind of be extremely like freaky like that, and you know what I mean? I got no issue with that. I got no issue with that, to be honest. I really don't. As long as that girl is benefiting my life in any type of way, I really don't care what she does, to be honest. I mean, obviously I do, but sometimes I do need to put her in her place, block her, do shit like that, right? And then she's gonna want to come back to me because she wants me for my toughness. She wants to see me succeed. She wants to say sorry to me. She knows that I'm in control, that I have full power in that little moment, right? And so that's the thing. That's the thing. Is that, any girl that's trying to degrade you as a man, fuck that bitch. Any girl that's trying to make you more powerful as a man, keep those girls in your life. And, if she's getting disrespectful, set the standards. Don't ever... Any girl that you talk to, don't forget to show your masculine side to them, because there's going to be a time where they're going to try to tell you what to do, and that's the thing, is that you cannot let a bitch tell you what the fuck to do. It's either you block her, and then, if she doesn't come back into your life, then fuck that bitch, but if she does, then go ahead and use her. You know what I mean? That's how the cold world works, and whoever can understand that, and the fact that I realize that and I'm able to have that potential in my life, that makes me want to treat every bitch like shit. Because I know for a fact that there's going to be some people that are genuinely going to love me for me. More than just what I talk about. More than just, oh, pay for my date. Let's go out on a date. No, they just want to be around me. They want to be around the top G. They see the potential in me. They can see those 4 flaws. But that one trait in me that's really just blowing everything like out of proportion, that's heightened. They have a heightened sense of sensitivity to that strong trait in me. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. Not every girl is going to see that trait in you. Those girls kind of need to be a little similar to you, or just kind of have the same mental understanding as you. And so that's the thing. Every guy probably has that toughness trait in them, no matter how weak they are. You know what I mean? They're alive. You feel me? Now, that's the thing. If a girl does have a heightened sensitivity to that strong trait, then she's going to love you forever, and she's going to love you for this and that. And a lot of other girls are not going to see that strong trait in you, and that's okay. You need to realize, hey, that's okay and shit, you know what I mean? And even if you don't directly like the bitch, go ahead, use her. Go ahead, do some other stuff. Because you know what? The world is way too cold. The world is way too fucking cold for you to believe in shit like, oh, isn't that just gonna come back to you? I mean, like, you know, some people, they genuinely believe that shit, but you do gotta also remember that your mind is a very strong thing, and the more risk you do take, right, the more you kind of do realize and stuff that there are loopholes in all of those scenarios. And all of those scenarios where they think, oh, the guy is gonna be fucked, this and that. No, but having a high ego is great. And you know what I mean? That's the main thing. I feel like I had a girl, and she got pushed away because I started acting like a bitch to her, because I was acting like a bitch to another girl. But that's the thing, is that the girl, she makes me realize who the fuck I am at the end of the day. And I'm a fucking man. I put her in her place and shit. You know what I mean? You cannot, like, you fuck that. Fuck those bitches that, you know, say shit like, oh yeah, you know. Now, honestly, I got zero love. I got zero love for any, like, you know, any of these bitches, to be honest with you. Zero, absolutely zero. And even if they say, oh, you never made me feel loved and shit, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. My coldness is the thing that is gonna put me above the radar. It's gonna put me above the world. It's gonna put me in a higher level in society, where I have power over hella shit. You know what I mean? And so, working out, doing all that shit, it really does benefit your mind. You're gonna manifest, and you're gonna bring in all of these girls, because you are basically what you do when you work out, right? Let's say you have some shitty ass thoughts. Why do they put people in the army in the first place? Because they need to put those shitty thoughts into something worthwhile. So they work out. You know, they abuse their body to the point where their mind cannot think of no retarded shit. That's why they say that there's some retarded people in the military, because you know, they go through all this training and shit, kind of gives them something to focus on, because school didn't work out for them and shit. You know, so that's kind of a part of how the military is, not 100%, but that is a part of what the military is. So, you know, that's the thing, is that, yeah, when you work out by yourself, when you're the one that's motivating yourself, you don't got nobody telling you what to do, right? You just know that you're going to work on yourself because you want to do it for you, you know, and that could give your mind, when you inhale a lot of oxygen, you inhale a lot of air, right? That makes you think better, right? You get more blood flow and stuff, you know what I mean, to your brain, and that makes you think better. And so that's the main thing, is that you know, you need to understand that the universe is going to be up and down, but at the end of the day, you just need to realize that you know, shit does get better, and it's all a fucking process and shit, right? Some people, you know, they get new cars and shit, and then they, whatever, try to figure some shit out, but at the end of the day, You know, you got to make a shit ton of money, and you need to kind of fight for every bitch you have, but at the same time, don't, you know, you shouldn't really fight for any bitch, because there's gonna be, I feel like there's always gonna be a girl that's probably gonna always fuck with you and shit more than she fucks with any other guy, and you'll be able to feel that type of energy. You'll be able to feel it on a genuine level, where you're just gonna be like, all right, you know what I mean? She genuinely feels that she's comfortable around me, so you know what? I'm gonna give her a chance and shit. You know what I mean? So you need to I don't know. It's a cold ass world, but you definitely need to you know, play your cards in a very sinister way sometimes. So yeah, you need to be business minded as fuck. It's a cold ass fucking world, and so that's why I'm all about, oh yeah, whatever, I'll bang these bitches and shit. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna be like, oh, you're good at it. I'm good at it? Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't pay for your food. What do you mean oh no, it's because I only met you one time. It's because I only met you one time. It's because I only banged you one time. It's not because you give a fuck about me. Like, it's because I banged you one time that you're telling me I'm good at it. I'm not going to be happy every single fucking day. I'm not going to be a perfect fucking guy. You feel me? But that time that I spend depressed as fuck, thinking about, oh my god, what could have I done better for her? What could have I done better for her? You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. There's nothing better you could have done for her. The best thing you could have done for her is to work on your fucking self and flex on that bitch every time she's fucking insecure. Because I bet you she fucking would like that shit. Because that's showing masculinity. You're not being feminine in that moment. Who cares if you're making her feel like shit? If you're making her feel that, I never want to talk to you again because this and that. Who cares? Who cares you don't want to? If you're going to naturally want to be around me, and if I'm a real man, then every time I walk in the room, you're going to feel a little energy shift. You're going to feel this. Because that's the thing. I talk to people that are tall as fuck. People that are like 6'4" or something. And they're like, Andrew Tate. Some other guys, they're tall as fuck. They enter a room, the energy completely changes. A tall man is naturally designed to run businesses and shit. You know what I mean? And now this is the thing, is that it topples off around like 5'11" to 6'4". That's kind of the range of like most successful business owners, right? And so you need to realize that, yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm not gonna be 6'4", but still though, you know what I mean? If you enter a room and they feel that energy shift, they see your fucking potential, they're sensitive to that one fucking trait, you know, you have about you, that is like, they're just hypersensitive to that. You know what I mean? Because people are different. You need to experience the world. And you need to understand that, yeah, you need to be cold as fuck at the end of the day. And not give a fuck about no bitch. Because when you start giving a fuck, that's like, nah. And that's why, recently, I have not been giving a fuck about no bitch, because I know for a fact that shit is just gonna go sideways and shit. You know what I mean? So whenever the timing is right, I'm gonna just leave it up to God. But I'm just gonna keep on making motivational content, and I'm gonna keep fucking bitches, and whoever wants to kind of be with me, I'll be like, alright. It'll be for shits and giggles and shit, whatever. I don't, like, what if I don't even want to fuck these bitches? But if it's for shits and giggles and I'm able to do that shit, then that makes me feel like I'm a strong person. Because that's what all successful men be doing, type shit. Who the fuck cares about what the fuck you do? You live a risky lifestyle, you get to experience more shit than a little fucking virgin that doesn't fucking do shit with his life and is always fucking depressed and shit, right? You're always around these people. You're always around their energy. And part of those people you could use and just absolutely ruin their lives. And then that makes you a more powerful person, because you realize that you're able to put those people down so much to the point where they get so fucking depressed and shit. And then, you know what I mean, you steal all that energy. Those are calories to your energy. They're anxious because of you. They're anxious because of this. They're because of that. You know what I mean? Because That's how you got to be sometimes. You got to keep those people at a lower frequency than what you are operating on. You're operating at a better frequency than them. You got to keep them at a lower frequency because it's just, there's a bunch of bullshit going on. So that's the main thing. So just please understand that, laws of power type of mindset I'm trying to explain to you guys, that there's a lot of shit that goes into this, and it's very specific that, that there's a lot of bitches that are going to be complete bitches, but at the end of the day, even if a girl tries to use me for my money and shit, I'm still not going to always be nice to her, and it's always just, it has to be mutual, because I've met people that genuinely understand my soul, my spirit, and everything, and they genuinely do fuck with me as a person, and that's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing for maybe people like me, and maybe God says to me, I don't give a shit, to be honest. I love God, so that's the thing. So I do care, obviously, but about other people, I just don't give a shit about their opinion, because that's the main thing. That's the only shit I had to fucking go through in my fucking life and shit. Is motherfuckers trying to fucking tell me what to do, this and that, until I fucking tell them what to do. So, it's a cold world, and it's never gonna stop being a cold world. So follow the cold world rules, or else you won't be a cold person, or else you won't be the one driving a BMW, or else you won't be the one that's in a crazy position of power. So that's the main thing. Outwork all of your negative traits about you, and then eventually those traits will disappear, or they will be that will be your past self. Those traits will be a part of your past self. So when you're moving up, right, you're able to kind of fish those traits out by kind of healing yourself. And obviously it's a lot of trial and error. Every person is going to be completely different, the way they live their life, but it's always good to look at how other people are also living their life, and just understand that anybody could be fucking rich. So, be happy and shit. That's the main thing. Protect your energy. Don't take people's shit. Make sure you're comfortable with being alone, and etc. Don't take no bitch's shit. Stir up waters to catch fish. Stir up waters to catch fish, but make sure you let those fish go at the right time, or else they're gonna fucking bite you. Now that's a fact. That is a fucking fact, because you need to know when the fuck to let go of people and shit, because you know what I mean? They'll come into your life. You're like, yeah, man, you're top G and shit. But then always be ready. You're not always going to be in a good, portion of life. And there's going to be times where there's going to be rough seas. So you got to get ready for that shit. And, instead of doing drugs, maybe, just go through it. Just be depressed and shit for a long ass time. And then eventually, if God decides to give you enough good luck, then you're going to live through that painful period. Enter a crazy, amazing period in your life where, now this is a leap year, so I definitely consider it a high risk year, and I do think that some people some bad things happen, and some people some really good things could happen. And leap years, those are kind of known for there's something a little bit like superstitious, or spiritual, or just like out of the ordinary about these leap years. Is that that's literally like these leap years are different. They just are, and it's an opportunity for people to either increase more or increase more. I think that the regular years, it could be a little bit like more average when it comes to like emotional shit, but maybe leap years, they could be a little bit more dramatic with something goes up, something goes down, and there's like the whole fucking balance, everything kind of changes, you know what I mean? Bitcoin, it's having, look, hold on. Let me see if there's a Bitcoin having years. Hold on. It literally happens every leap year. Why, this is so interesting. What the fuck? Why do Bitcoin halvings happen every leap year? Yo, this shit is so interesting. Yeah, so basically this is like talking about um like Bitcoin leap year theory or something. Yeah, hold on, let me see. Let me see this. So this is on Bitcoin happens every leap. Why am I just realizing the purpose of Libra is to align the calendar year. The purpose of Bitcoin is to align the financial. There's no coincidences. Wow. That's crazy. This guy literally tweeted this February 28th, 2024. And so the purpose is to align the financial year to align the calendar year. And that's so interesting. Superstitions behind leap years. The date is considered unlucky in Scotland, much like Friday the 13th. Being born on leap day is a bad omen. Farmers have been known to remark leap year was never a good sheep year. In Greece, February 29th is considered to be so unlucky that couples are discouraged from marrying the day. Um, So the concept of leap year curses, the Indian style refers to a historical trend where major market crashes have occurred in leap years. This phenomenon has raised concerns among investors about the potential for a market crash in 2024, which is also a leap year. Was the weirdness of it. Leap years bring the quirky tradition of women proposing to men, a practice said to originate from a deal between Saint Bridget and Saint Patrick in 5th century Ireland. This leap year loophole allowed women to break free from waiting men to propose. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's really crazy. Women said men can do the proposing. Women may don scarlet hued petticoats, rejecting a leap day proposal. Leap day is considered bad luck in some countries. Uh, leap day cocktail. Okay, yes. So then we have all these different superstitions coming into play right now. It's crazy and shit. The financial system is fucking wild and shit. It's a fucking leap year. So leap. So the like the guy said, the leap year is designed to correct the financial system, and then Bitcoin halvings happen because they're gonna correct the financial system, right? That's kind of how crypto works. And Elon Musk is not trying to get sued too because he's been reposting a lot of content by he's been reposting a lot of content by Doge. He doesn't tweet about it, but he reposts it. So it's really cool because I have notifications on for Elon Musk, like for a long ass time, for a long ass fucking time. So this is the thing, is that I don't give a shit if I don't got feelings towards somebody. If somebody genuinely believes in me and is willing to do anything for me, then I will appreciate that. I don't give a fuck. Loyalty is better than love. loyalty is better than love. Within the matrix and the crazy misunderstandings of the cold world, you could do so much. You could do so fucking much. Please understand. No, don't take none of these bitches seriously. At the end of the day, we just gotta win. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day and peace out.